Hi everyone, my name is Red. I am the CEO and founder of Redlight Therapy, and I have been an adult entertainer for 7 years now. Today I'm going to be spilling the tea on my favorite apps that I use. Even as an adult entertainer, there's a lot of things that I use my phone for in order to help myself be more successful and more efficient, organized, productive. Being a dancer is so much more than just performing on stage. There's a lot of things that I use my phone for to help me be more successful as a dancer, such as managing my music playlists or keeping up with my bookings or tracking my finances and even finding ways to stay fit and healthy while you're on your dance journey. But the more that you accustom yourself with treating your stripping career like a real business, the more that you will see your earnings increase, as well as basically needing to spend less time at the club and maximizing the time while you are there. Trying to juggle everything as a dancer, especially if you're doing other things as well and you have other jobs and hustles, can be very overwhelming. That's where all of these apps come in, and they're kind of like your backstage crew, helping make sure that everything is running in the background. So for this video, I'm breaking it up into 3 different sections, and that's going to be productivity, creativity, and wellness. The very first app that I want to talk about that I literally cannot live without at this point is Google Calendar. And I use Google Calendar on a daily basis. If I didn't have Google Calendar, I would probably forget to do everything that I have to do every day. So if you're a self-employed person, an entrepreneur, a dancer, it's so important to start using Google Calendar as soon as possible. It's a little bit tricky to get in the habit of using it every day and making it work for you. But once you do have it set up and you've been using it for a few months, it's so nice to have all of your information, appointments, basically everything in one place. And the nice thing about Google Calendar is that it automatically syncs to your Gmail account. Since it can sync to your Google account, this means that a lot of events that you get sent to your email or certain apps or businesses or like studios that you're a part of might have Google Calendar integrations so that your appointments will automatically show up on your Google Calendar. I have been using my Google Calendar for a very long time, and it has always helped me to stay organized and make sure that I can keep track of all my bookings, make sure that I never forget if I have to run an errand or do a task. I like to use my Google Calendar to basically log everything. I know a lot of people like to use handwritten journals, calendars, agendas, and I think that's amazing. The thing that I like the most about Google Calendar is that I can access it from any of my devices. So whether I'm on the go, at work, at home, or wherever I am, I can always see my schedule, what I have coming up, what I have to do, my tasks. Google Tasks is a part of Google Calendar, so you can put your tasks that you have to do in the day. It's not just a calendar for events, but you can also use it as a to-do list and to make sure that you're keeping up with everything that you have to do every day. A really important tip that I have, especially for using Google Calendar, is to even use your calendar to schedule in break times for yourself, rest times, self-care. I've noticed that anything that's on my calendar, I take very seriously and I tend to prioritize. So no matter what it is, if it's something that I want to prioritize today, I will quite literally schedule it into my calendar to make sure that I prioritize that self-care or I prioritize that day off and I don't let anything else happen on that day. So even though I'm a stripper and I can go into work whenever I want, I definitely log all of my shifts that I have to be at the club, or if I don't have a schedule at that club, I will schedule my shifts ahead of time and make them recurring, because one of the best tips that I can give you as a dancer to make this a sustainable career for yourself is to be consistent with going in on a consistent schedule so that you can see the accumulation of your earnings over time. There's going to be bad nights, there's going to be good nights, but if you're consistent and you're going in regularly, you will see that money accumulate. I will always schedule in my shifts for work ahead of time And obviously, if something comes up and I can't make it, I can always move things around. But at the end of the day, I really like to have that accountability for myself, even though I'm self-employed. The last thing I will add is that as a business owner, I am getting in the habit of scheduling my months ahead of time. So I've actually started doing this. It's setting me up for success in a way where I know what my future looks like, even though I'm self-employed. When you're a stripper, it's going to be so hard to know what is it going to look like in a month from now, 2 months from now. But if you start to make plans for the future, Google Calendar can just help to hold all of that information. And you can see I've created different calendars and different colors and tags to make it personalized. And I really enjoy doing those types of things. There's so many different calendar apps that you can check out. I know that there's one that imitates a video game, and it's called Habitica if you need something that's going to be a little bit more user motivational to use the app. But because I am so dependent on my schedule, I have it as a widget on my home screen. And for that reason, I pretty much never really use anything else. I only use Google Calendar for quite literally all my to-do tasks, all my events and everything. So I actually do not really use this app anymore, but when I first started dancing, I really needed a way to budget, track my earnings, and that sort of thing, because having all of that cash and it not being consistent was something I needed to learn how to manage. So I tried a lot of different saving techniques and such, but one app that I can say that I used a lot today, I don't really use it because I actually have an accountant now who does my taxes and my bookkeeping, so I actually don't use it anymore. But I am going to pull it up for you in case anybody needs a reliable app that I know does a good job. So two options are Mint Mobile, and there's also NerdWallet, and there's a lot of different apps like this, as well as Credit Karma. So I would recommend downloading all three of these actually: Mint Mobile, NerdWallet, and Credit Karma. And I will make another video in the future about finances and how you can get started investing, how you can get started harnessing the control over your finances as a stripper. But I would start out with just really getting to know yourself and creating a really good financial profile for yourself. So have a very good understanding of where your money is going. Try to create a budget and really list out the different types of bills that you have. Your rent. How much is your rent normally? How much is your utilities normally? How much are your subscriptions? And start to have a very solid understanding of how much money you spend every month. Create a budget, and these apps can be very helpful in doing that. So Mint Mobile and NerdWallet allows you to connect all of your bank accounts, your credit cards, anything that you have. It allows you to connect that so that you can get a full view of your financial situation. Because I know I have multiple credit cards, I have multiple bank accounts, and it's hard sometimes to know exactly where my money is going or what is going on, especially with my business and everything that I have going on. So having something like Credit Karma, NerdWallet, or you can also use QuickBooks, but I'll talk more about that in a finances video in the future. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can give you tips from my own experiences. So the first thing that you're going to do is just get a really good big picture of your finances. So download a budgeting app, download an app like Mint Mobile or NerdWallet and Credit Karma, figure out what your credit is, enter your info, and just start to have a really solid understanding of what your financial status is and where your money is going and how much of it is coming in and going out and all of that good stuff. Now, the last app I want to talk about for productivity is ChatGPT. ChatGPT has just really blown up in the past few months, years, I guess. It's been out for a while now. But ChatGPT is really, really amazing because you can get so many ideas, education, learning from artificial intelligence. Now, I wouldn't recommend using this to do your work for you, right? So if you tell it, write me an email, respond to this message, it will do that for you. But I don't recommend taking that and just copy and pasting the caption and putting it in your Instagram. Use ChatGPT to learn, use it to educate yourself, use it to spark your creativity, use it to make you more productive. So I will feed any idea that I have into ChatGPT for my business, for my dancing. If I wanted to teach me how to be a dom, if I wanted to teach me how to be a sub, like whatever I ask it, it will teach me. So I also do pay for a subscription for ChatGPT because I use it so much. If I'm cooking, I can ask it for a recipe. ChatGPT will really tell you anything that you need to know. Now, another reason I highly recommend ChatGPT is because if you have any questions at all about taxes, budgeting, saving money, creating a plan, ChatGPT is like the number one resource right now to be able to learn literally anything. Do not sleep on this very available resource. And as a self-employed person, as an entrepreneur, you can often feel so alone in your problems. You can feel so alone. I hear people calling ChatGPT a therapist. It helps so much to feel like you have this support at your fingertips. It is like Google on steroids. So do not sleep on ChatGPT. I literally use it for all different types of topics, helping me respond, helping me sound professional, helping me build my website, helping me analyze my finances, helping me doing so many things. I just get so excited talking about ChatGPT because it is amazing. Now, again, reminder, I do not copy and paste things. If I ask it for help with the script, I use it for inspiration, for helping me with flow and helping me with my public speaking skills. However, everything that you're hearing is coming straight from the horse's mouth and is only using ChatGPT as a support with learning how to be a good public speaker or how to make good YouTube videos that are really going to help people. So that was productivity, and let's move on to creativity and the apps that I would recommend for you to have, especially if you're active on social media and using social media as a way to promote your sex work services or stripper services. We probably don't even really need to talk about this one much, but Spotify is a great app for creating playlists and being able to share that playlist link with your DJ or whoever it is. I know you can also do the same thing with Apple Music, but I think a lot of people tend to have Spotify, so I definitely use Spotify to hold all of my playlists that I use for dancing, for my business, and I create different playlists so I can just send the links over to whoever it is. If I have a performance, if I have a gig, or whatever it is, I think Spotify is a great app for that. Now, if you are on Instagram, and I recommend being on Instagram or Facebook or some kind of social media outlet where you can give that handle to the customers that come in and they can have a way of staying in touch with you. So you don't have to use your personal. You can make a new account, a business account, a dancer account, and you can give that Instagram handle to people for them to be able to know when your schedule is, for them to be able to interact with you and ask when you're going to be at work. Obviously, I can make another video about like handling social media as an entertainer and how you can use it to your benefit. And if you're already doing that, the two apps that I highly, highly recommend is to download Canva, because Canva is great for basically making different visuals, flyers. I use Canva a bunch for my business. All the time I'm making flyers to show what are the classes this week on red light therapy, and I use it all the time to announce different things that I'm doing. If I'm going to do a show, I use it to make my vision boards for certain occasions, whether it's my vision board for my life or my vision board for a gig that's coming up or my vision board just for my stripper brand in general. And I use Canva for just so many things, editing pictures, creating collages for my page. And if you make content, if you're a cam girl or whatever it is, Canva can be so useful for turning videos into GIFs, or I use Canva all the time. So I highly, highly recommend Canva. You can also use it for videos. Now for videos, the app that I recommend, and I actually do pay for the subscription of Canva and CapCut. CapCut is the other app that I use a lot, and I even use it on my computer to edit my YouTube videos, and I use it on my phone and my iPad, and therefore I do pay for the subscription to CapCut, and they have a lot of different templates and things that you can use. I never really use the templates. I just use it as a video editor, and it does a great job of video editing and creating different videos, whether, again, you're posting content online, if you have an OnlyFans, as these are great ways to make passive income while you sleep. So yes, I would highly recommend having Canva and CapCut. I would say those are the editing apps that I use the most. And besides that, I just use the Photos app. So that pretty much wraps it up for creativity. Those are the apps that I use the most to create and to make pieces of art for my branding, for my marketing, for my job, to communicate with my clients in a special and unique way. You can send them, special edits. You can send them video edits. You can send them holiday cards in a digital format. There's so many things that you can do with these creative apps. It's amazing that in this day and age, we can just have the freedom, and the free version of both of these apps is amazing. I would highly recommend the free version. The paid version is even better. So if you can pay for it and you can afford it, these are both considered business expenses for someone that is a dancer, a stripper. So you can definitely write this off on your taxes if you do decide to get the subscriptions. And next I want to talk about a new social media app that I just found. And again, I don't really know much about this, but I'm just hearing some buzz about it. And it's called BlueSky. And from what I know about it, apparently it is like Twitter. You can post photos, videos, and text posts. So it looks a lot like Twitter, but apparently they are not going to be censoring things on this app as heavily as they do on Twitter or other apps. So apparently you can post nudes, you can post porn or whatever it is. So if you're interested in that type of social media app, I do hear that there is a big buzz coming around about BlueSky. So I would check it out, and that people are just kind of joining the app and getting traction and attention because it's a new app and people are excited about it and the concept. So that is exciting to think that there might be a new Twitter that isn't so spammy and isn't owned by Elon Musk. So we'll see how this ends up panning out. So definitely check out BlueSky if you want to hop on a new social media app. So now that we're done with creativity, let's move on to wellness. Now, obviously I have to plug my very own app. Red Light Therapy is a revolutionary new business, new family, new community. And you can check us out on Instagram through the links in our biography here on YouTube. And you can check out our website and our app. It is free to download. And it is a community created just for sex workers, strippers, dancers, allies, and anyone who's interested in being a part of it. We have a WhatsApp community group chat, and we really encourage everyone to support each other and lift each other up and give each other the tools that we need to be successful. We do virtual classes, and we have instructors all over the world who are either retired sex workers or active sex workers in some way, shape, or form. We have cam girls, we have strippers, we have full service sex workers. It is everybody's like personal information to share, but it is a sex worker owned business, and that is just so unique in this world right now. We actually just got verified on Instagram, which is so exciting. And yes, if you are interested in being a part of our classes, being a part of our community, and adding health and wellness and fitness and self-care into your everyday life, we do a lot of educating on very important topics such as self-care, sex education, dancing, pole dancing, so that you can stay fit and healthy while you're on this dance journey. In my opinion, this is the #1 app for the girlies right now for health and wellness and being a part of a global community that really cares. Don't be afraid to check it out. And if you ever have any questions at all, you can always email us. We have like the best customer service in the world. So just know that you're going to be in good hands with us. Now, aside from that, with health and wellness, I have 2 recommendations, and one of them is a little hint right here. Now, Headspace is an app that I no longer have, but I did used to have it, and it is a great app for having meditation and wellness at your fingertips. Headspace has a bunch of different features such as meditations, sleep, audio recordings, education, music, and even workouts, apparently, like little simple workouts. And so Headspace is a really great resource at your fingertips. Again, I think there is a free version and a subscription, but Headspace has had some really good feedback from people. And as a dancer and as somebody who is just around so much of everybody else's energy. You know, I recommend getting a therapist for sure, like BetterHelp or whatever. There's a lot of different ways to get therapists right now. Psychologytoday.com, I think, is another way. But, you know, if you can't afford that right now, or if that's just not available to you, or maybe you are already in therapy, this is still a great tool for you to have. So check out Headspace for you to just have a little buddy in your phone so that you can center yourself, whether you're in the locker room and you're having a bad night, or maybe you had a traumatizing thing happen to you at work and you're sitting home alone at 3 a.m. and you just need to go to sleep. So I love my cats. But this is just a great app to have to feel like you have some support and remind you to prioritize your self-care, because it's just so important, especially with the work that we do. Now, the next thing I will say is you can use the health app in your phone and like Apple Watch and different things. I just got an Oura ring and I'm really excited to check it out. My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas, and it's going to be tracking my steps, my sleep, and my activity, and basically everything. It tracks so much cool stuff, my heart rate. And as somebody who, I studied business in college, I was a business analyst for a little bit while I was dancing. And in starting my business, I just really love statistics and analytics. So it's just really cool to be able to have this information on my body, as my heart rate is really high right now because I'm excited. But yeah, it's just really amazing to have this information at my fingertips, and I'm excited to see what is going to come of this. It's almost like having a body index journal or something like that. So I think it's important to track my sleep and things like that, because I tend to be somebody that's up pretty late and I sleep in late, and I'm just not really somebody that lives a conventional lifestyle. So I just want to make sure that even through all the hustling and grinding, that I'm still prioritizing my health, paying attention to my sleep, getting good eats, good sleeps, good everything, self-care. So very, very important, and I highly recommend this to everybody that I dance with. The Oura ring is pretty expensive, but you can get an Apple Watch, you can get anything basically that's going to help you track your moods, track your health, whatever it is. You could write in a journal. That's also another thing that you can do. So for apps, those are the things that I recommend that you basically check out. Now there's another cool pole dancing app that I found recently, which is called Pole Moves. And it's pretty cool. It has a index of a bunch of different pole tricks, really just an abundance of different pole tricks. And it shows you a little diagram of what it looks like. And it allows you to basically look the hashtag up on Instagram so you can see a video or a picture of somebody actually doing that trick. And it tells you like the difficulty of it, if it's a strength move, a flexibility move, and you can put your own progress on how you've done and basically keep track. As I said, I love statistics. So you can keep track of the different things that you're training, the different things that you want to achieve, that you already know how to do. And this is so helpful to have, especially as a stripper where you're constantly freestyling. It's so nice to have a reference of, wait, what do I know how to do again? Like, what combo should I do on stage this time? Or what trick? I forgot everything that I know how to do on stage. And you can go back to this and be like, oh, I remember I know how to do an airwalk, or I know how to do a body wave, right? So this is a nice way to keep track and just have some nice, fun, pole dancing, sex worker friendly apps on your phone. So that's another one that I can recommend to you. And the very last thing I'm going to say is I think all strippers should download YouTube onto their phones and start to make YouTube content. I think it would be really amazing if I saw more strippers, sex workers, dancers on YouTube, because I feel like our voices should be heard. Our stories should be heard. There are so many of us all over the world. That's what I've learned by starting Red Light Therapy, is that we literally are so abundant all over the world. There's sex workers everywhere. They're your friend, your family, your neighbor. And it's so nice to see us connecting online through our community on Red Light Therapy and on Instagram. I've always had the most supportive sex worker community on Instagram. And I would love to see that spread to YouTube, because I feel like YouTube is so much more of an authentic platform where you can share your story and help the people in your community with the unique set of knowledge that you have. And I think that the more education that we have available to us as sex workers and as strippers, and the more support that we have available in community, the more powerful that we can be, and the less that we will be fucked over and messed with and quieted and silenced. So yes, I do strongly believe in community and working together and just sharing our stories and not being ashamed or afraid. I know that there's a lot of people that can't be public about their work in sex work, and I totally understand that. So I hope that some of these apps are still helpful to you, whether or not you're public about the fact that you're a sex worker. And I think that the people that are public about being a sex worker should share their stories loud and proud if they feel inclined to do so, and to not allow shame or anything like that to hold you back from basically sharing your story. I think it'd be great to see some more faces on here, to see more of you all interacting with me, with other creators, creating content, and just documenting what a unique and amazing life that you do have. It's so special to be an entrepreneur. It's so special to be a bad bitch. It's so special to be a sexy woman, a gorgeous girl. It's so amazing and powerful, and don't let anybody stop you from being great, from sharing your story, from chasing your dreams. And that's all I have for y'all today. Me and Mochi will be signing out and enjoying the rest of our Christmas. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, if it was helpful. And also subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. Bye, everyone.